All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go through my thought process. I haven't done this in a while, so we'll see what I can remember. We need to find out what we're given. We're given this 40 degrees, and it appears that we're giving no other degrees. So I know that this is an inscribed angle, and so I know that this arc would equal 80 degrees. And I am very confident in that, so I'm going to put a little box around there so I know that I really know for sure about that. Let's just see where that takes us. If this is 80, this arc here, then this central angle here would also be 80. Remember, those are equal to each other. So this one is half, and this one is equal. And then I've got, what, 80 here, 100 here, 100 here, because of our supplementary and our vertical. We got a lot going on there. Now, one of the other things that I was given, well, actually, let's go ahead and check this out here. So this here is 180 degrees from here to here. We've got my nice little diameter. And so that means I know that this is 100 degrees. And then I know that this little guy is a diameter here. So I know that this is 80 degrees. And then I know that this whole thing here is 100 because, again, I've got 180. But I don't know what they are individually. So I look down here and I say, but, wait a second. I know that this chord is equal to this chord. And you may or may not remember it. If those chords are equal to each other, then these arc degrees are also equal to each other. So if the whole thing is 100, then each of these are 50. So what I have now is every single arc going around the outside, which means I can solve for everything because I have formulas that give me angles from arcs. So let's see what we have here. This one here is a tangent and a chord, and so my 20 angle is half of the arc that it intercepts. So this one would be 40 degrees. And then let's see, this one here is the same story. This is half of that, which is 50 degrees there. This is 50, so remember this is half of that. We've got 25. This is 50, this is half of that. I've got 25. So at this point, I want to just check, do all of these guys add up to 180 degrees? Because if not, we have a problem, and we would want to fix that before we continued on. Let's continue to just go around and do inscribed angles. So here's an inscribed one here. So this is half of this arc. Let's see. We have 17 here, which is half of this one up here. We have 16, which is half of 50. We have 15, which is half of 50. We have 180 degrees here. So I have 40, 25, 25. So this one here must be 90 degrees. I could not find that out any other way in terms of just using angles because this is not a tangent. So this is actually not considered an inscribed angle, which is a little bit confusing, I know. But again, this one would not be. If it was tangent, that would be true. But this one here is 90 by default. So let's look. This is a tangent, so this means that this arc is double this angle here. So we've got 40. We have 6 is half of this arc out here, which would be 50. We have 5 is half of this arc here, which is 40. We have 4 is half of this arc here, which is 25. And then 3, we do have a tangent and a chord. So this one here is 25 degrees. So again, I just check, do all of these add up to 180 degrees? They do, so we can continue on looking pretty good here. So angle 8 is half of my 80. Angle 9 is half of my 100. Angle 11 is half of my 80. Angle 12 is half of my 100. And then we have our 25. So we're talking about this whole angle here because we have our tangent and our chord. And our chord then gives us this whole angle. So if the whole arc was equal to 100 together, then this would have been 50 degrees with just those. 90 and 90 makes 180, so we're good. Let's see what else we have now. So now we've got kind of these little guys in here. And if you recall, these guys here are supposed to be the average of the two arcs that they intercept. So if I trace this here, this is 100, and this one is 50. So the average of 150, or the number right in between 100 and 50, is 75. And if I have that, I don't need to do the same thing for 14 degree angle because I can just do 180. But I could have done half of the 180 plus the 80 plus 50. So we do need to make sure that we're including all of that there. And I always like to trace it with my fingers to kind of see what's going on there. 2 is going to be exactly in the middle of 150. So we've got our 75 again. And now I stop. Do these guys all add up to 180? They do, so I'm looking pretty good here. Linear angles here, we have our 105. What are we missing? 31. So 31 is in between 80 and 50, so the number exactly in between those would be 65. And when I say that, it's like 80 plus 50 divided by 2 is what gives us our number here. These are linear angles, so I'm just going to go ahead and use that fact. See, it seems like I have all the angles inside. I'm now needing the ones on the outside, so I'm going to go ahead and check that out. So angle 29, this is kind of the situation that I've got here. So I've got 80 and this mess out here. So this is what, 180? No, 280, right? So 280 minus 80 divided by 2 would give us 200 divided by 2 is 100. So again, this was 280 all the way added up, minus the 80, and then divide by 2. We have our 28, which goes like this. So I need this arc, which is 80 plus 100, so 180 minus 80, divide by 2 gives us 50. Oh, we missed the 13 here. 13, well, I have a variety of ways. I can do triangles equal 180 here and get 115. Or I could take half of 50 plus 180, add those up and divide by 2 and get 115. 20, this is my 50, and then this is my other angle. So I have 180 minus 50 divide by 2 gives me 65. All right, and then I've got this situation going here. So I've got 80 minus 50 divided by 2 is 15 degrees. Let's see, 24 hits like this. So here is one angle, 50, and then it's here. So I've got 80 plus 100 plus 80. So all of that minus that, divide by 2. That'll give me 104. I'm sorry, 105. And it looks like we just have one left. So this one here crosses here and here, so that's 100. And then this here must be my 260 minus 100 divided by 2 gives me 80. And that's how that would be done. So it take me about 8 minutes to do that, but you just need to make sure that you're just using each one as you go. Good luck on the rest of them. Hope this helped.